Hi, I've gotten a lot of requests to do my everyday makeup look, as you can see right here. So I hope you enjoy it. If there's anything any tutorials or anything that you're not sure about, please leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe before you leave my page. I would really appreciate it. So yeah, enjoy the video. I'm going to pull my hair back. I've already prepped my face. I washed it this morning, put my serum on it that I do, and moisturized. First thing I'm going to do is prime my skin, and I use the Photo Finish Primer Water. I spray that all over my face and try not to talk while you're spraying it. And then I use the Too Faced Nourishing Hangover Primer. Just take a little bit of this and just kind of rub it, push it in everywhere. I mean, I try not to rub too much. I'm just gonna like dab it into the skin because I feel like it's tackier that way, and then like your foundation sticks to it better. And then while I'm letting that settle into the skin, I go to the bathroom and wet my beauty blender. Okay, so once my sponge is nice and damp, and I'll go in with my foundation. Today I'm using the L'Oreal sponge. I love this, and it's the first one I grabbed. So I love the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation. My skin is very oily, so I like to basically stay as matte as I can during the day, but this is almost too matte on me, so I mix it with a more luminous foundation. This is the Ordinary Coverage Foundation, and I'm in the shade 1.2P, so it's light with pink undertones. And in the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation, I am in the shade Fair Light Neutral. So with this foundation, to make it work for me, I'd have to do half my face at a time. So what I do is take my ordinary foundation and do a pump on my hand, and then I take the double duty Tarte Shape Tape foundation, and I will draw it on half my face like so, and then I'll take my damp sponge, dip it into the ordinary foundation, and just buff them in together. And then I will do the same thing on the other side. So once I'm done with foundation, I will go in with concealer. Today I will be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and the Fit Me Concealer. In Tarte Shape Tape, I am shade Fair, and in the Fit Me, I am 15 Fair. So what I do to mix both of these together is just do like 3 little dots, and I do a dot on each eyelid. Because I am not using primer today, I usually don't use primer unless I'm doing like an extensive eye look where I really want it to stay on. And then I just kind of use the Maybelline one just to blend it out a little bit. I'll use this one down my nose, any place I really need kind of more coverage. And then I will blend that out with my beauty sponge as well. So once I have my concealer on, you're going to want to set it. My foundation's not very tacky, but as I am an oily girl, I get oily throughout the day, and I kind of don't want, or I definitely don't want, the foundation and the concealer that I put on to kind of slip and slide all over the place and transfer, say if I'm wearing sunglasses or anything else. So to set that, I'm going to use the Mercier setting powder. This is a great setting powder. I also love the Too Faced Born This Way setting powder. I like the RCMA No Color powder. To do under my eyes, I'm going to use the e.l.f. small tapered brush. And I'm just going to take a little bit of it, tap off the excess, and then press it under my eyes and kind of dust away the excess. I'm also going to do that on my eyelids, just so it's not creasing and is ready for the things that I put on it later. Next, I'm going to take that same setting powder and I'm going to take a, is it Moda Pro? I think that's what it's called. BMX 130 pointed blush brush. I love this brush for setting all over my face. So I'm just gonna dip it into the powder, tap off the excess, and then kind of just pat it over my face and then swipe off the excess. I don't wanna like really pull, because then any dry patches you have or anything, it's gonna cause like exfoliation, and that makeup's gonna start to look patchy and cakey. So you just kind of wanna set it in and not really move it around. So once I'm nice and set, I like to do a little bit of contour. This is my daytime, everyday makeup look, so I'm not gonna do too heavy. I'm going to be using the Anastasia light to medium contour kit. It's the powder one, and whoop, mine is really dirty, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be using this middle shade, this gray tone shade, and I'm gonna be using a angled blush brush from e.l.f. I'm going to be just kind of going from the corner of my mouth to here, just making a small line. And I'm being really light-handed with it because it is a daytime look, so I don't want it to be too harsh. So next I'm going to go in with bronzer, and today I'm going to be using the Park Avenue Princess Tarte palette. This is really great. Definitely going to be using it a lot more when I am tanner in the summer. It's a little too dark for me right now to like contour with. Little bit splash of color on the cheeks for bronzer. It's perfect for my fair skin right now. I'm going to be taking a Morphe angled brush. My Morphe brushes came in a kit, so they do not have the names on them, which I kind of hate. And so I'm going to be taking Carrot, which is the first bronzer shade. So I'm just going to swipe my brush in there, tap off the excess, and then holding my brush back here, I'm just going to lightly kind of circle motion my bronzer. And so I'm going above that contour and then also on my forehead and down, kind of in a 3 shape, but I'm really doing the most right here. Next, I'm going to go in with blush. I will be using the Tarte Blush Bliss palette from, I think it was their holiday collection. I'm going to be going in with the pale shade. This one is my everyday shade. It's called Genuine. And I will be using my Luxie 640 Pro Precision Tapered Brush. I love this brush because it just gives you a wash of color without like overdoing the blush. I'm going to go in with highlight next. For everyday, I don't really love a blinding highlight. That's more of a nighttime look for me. During the day, I want something subtle. My favorite subtle highlight is this shade from the Anastasia Contour Kit palette. There's a little bit of shimmer to it, but not too much, and it's just perfect for highlighting the tops of those cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose. So I'm going and kind of, some people highlight this way. For my face shape, since it's very oval, roundish, I like going right here and then just dragging it a little bit on the eyebrow bone. On my eyes, I'm going to be using my bronzers today and also a couple other browns from the Modern Renaissance palette. This is totally optional. I'm using it because I have it. You can just throw your bronzer in your crease right here, put mascara on and call it a day. But I like to do a couple other steps just because I like my browns really blended. So I'm going in with an EcoTools fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna take the shade Golden Ochre, and I'm just going to fluff that into the crease. And I'm doing a little bit higher than I usually would because it's just a light shade. It's gonna help everything blend together. So this is kind of a transition shade, it's like the first transition shade that I do. And then, actually, I think that's the only one I'm going to use from the Modern Ren palette because I want to show you how easy it is to do it with your bronzer and your contour shade. So I'm going to take Moda Pro again. I think that's how you say it. This is the BMX 430 crease brush. So I'm going to be taking my contour shade and I'm going to put that in the crease right under where I just put that Golden Ochre. And then I'm also going to take that shade on a Morphe, like, what would you call this brush? Definer? It's like a pencil brush, but it's not like a pencil. It's like wide. I don't know what you would call it. It's great for the lower lash line. I'm just going to take that contour shade and buff it in under it. You could seriously stop here and put mascara on, do your brows, call it a day. Because I want to keep going, I'm going to do bronzer on the outer side just to make it a little bit more defined. So I'm going to take that same bronzer shade, Carrot. I got this in an Ipsy bag. It's the Ipsy T35 Precise Blending, but I think it's from the brand, I'm not even going to try to say it. I'm going to take Carrot and I'm just going to put this on the outer V. And then I'm kind of going to fluff it in. So next I'm going to do my brows. Today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Blonde. So I'm going to skip through this part, but if you would like to see a video on how I do my brows, then just leave a comment below. Alright, so now that my brows are done, I'm going to take that highlight shade that we used on our face and just kind of highlight the brow bone. I'm also going to highlight my inner corner. Now, my eyes are super sensitive sometimes to setting sprays. So what I like to do is do my setting spray and then do mascara last. So the importance of a setting spray is it kind of melts all that powder, everything you put into your face all together, and then it gives you this like beautiful, just your skin but not. So that's why setting sprays are super important. I highly recommend that you use them. I love a lot of different setting sprays. This one I just love the mist on it, like it's the aerosol, like continuous mist. Oh, Morphe continuous setting mist. So I close my eyes and then spray it all over. Does anyone think that this kind of smells like a man, but like a good smelling man? I don't know why I think that. Like the first time I ever tried it, I thought that. If you have it and you think that, please let me know down below. And then to finish up, I'm going to curl my lashes and put on mascara. I will be using the Bare Minerals Lash Domination Volumizing Mascara. It's one of my faves. I got a trial from Ulta and I absolutely loved it, and people commented all the time on my lashes and were like, girl, what mascara are you using? It's this. I didn't realize I did this, but I picked up the Petite Precision brush of it, so it's kind of a smaller brush than the trial one I had. But I don't mind it. I think that it like gets in there and volumizes my lashes. So to finish this look up, I went in with the Colourpop Satin Lip in the shade Calypso. She's perfect for the daytime. Put my hair down. Now I'm ready to go off and do whatever I'm doing today, which I don't know what I'm doing today, but most days it would be work. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe before you leave. I would really appreciate it. I love makeup, and so I'd like to do any tutorials or talk about any products that you're interested in. Just drop me a comment below. I would really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.